The next type of analysis we are going to discuss is multiple sequence alignment and phylogenetic analysis. As we have already defined, aligning more than two sequences is called multiple sequence alignment. Where can we apply or use multiple sequence alignment is for structure and function prediction, identification of protein domains, protein family, identification of DNA regulatory elements. Performing phylogenetic analysis itself requires multiple sequence alignment. Now, the steps involved in multiple sequence alignment are: first, you need to have a collection of sequences, that is more than two sequences. We cannot randomly choose any sequences. It is best to collect homologous sequence, because homologous sequences only can give you useful information rather than random sequences. From these set of input sequences, we need to align the sequences pair by pair. But which pair of sequence to align first is the question. To solve this, one needs to adopt some algorithm. The most commonly used one is called as a progressive alignment, where all possible pairs of sequences are aligned, and the pair that has the best score is grouped first in the form of a guide tree. Then the other sequences that share better score are added. Now, using this guide tree, each pair of sequences are selected first, and then alignment is performed, and the other less scoring sequences are added to achieve the final multiple sequence alignment. Clustal Omega is a useful tool for multiple sequence alignment, again at the EBI platform. So here you have to paste the FASTA format of all homologous sequences that you want to perform MSA for, and this is the output that you get in Clustal Omega. So we have different symbols here. Asterisk refers to those regions that have identical amino acids like this, and those regions which have a double dot indicates amino acids that share very high similarity in terms of their properties, like valine, isoleucine, which are categorized as non-polar amino acids. Then single dots shows amino acids that share some weak similarity in their properties. Okay. And those regions that do not have any symbols refers to amino acids that are basically mismatches and don't have any similar properties at all. Other than Clustal Omega, there are other tools like Emboss, Muscle, T-Coffee, which can also be used to perform MSA. Again, these tools can be easily accessed through the EBI website. Once we understand MSA, it is easier to understand the next type of analysis, which is phylogenetics. Phylogenetics is the study of evolutionary relationship, where you can represent that relationship in the form of tree-like diagrams. So this diagram is an estimated pedigree of the inherited relationships among molecules. If it is among molecules like DNA sequences, it is called as gene tree, or sometimes it can reflect on the whole organism or both. So this is a simple phylogenetic tree. So we have different parts here. We have the branches that arise from a common point called as the node, and the end point of these branches are called taxons. Branches that arise from a common node are called as a clade. So the most node that gives out all these branches is referred to as the ancestral point. Phylogenetics concept is something that was favorite for many naturalists and biologists for a very long time. And here you see a tree of life diagram published by German naturalist Ernst Haeckel in his book titled The Evolution of Man. That time they only knew about morphological homology, as we discussed earlier. So based upon the phenotypic similarities and differences, they came up with this tree of life, It starts with Monera, the bacteria kingdom, up to man. But fast forwarding to today's scenario, the new tree of life looks like something that is very huge and humongous. This is possible because of the variety of data that we get from different organisms and the advanced tools that we have in bioinformatics to develop such a phylogenetic tree, which helps in the study of evolution, basically understanding life on Earth. So, applications of phylogeny, as we said, it helps to understand the history of life on Earth. Currently, understanding rapidly mutating viruses is an important application in the corona situation, which is also possible with the help of phylogeny. Performing multiple sequence alignment also requires phylogeny because we build a guide tree. Then explaining and predicting gene expression, ligands, designing enhanced organism drug designing also utilize phylogeny concept. Now, steps involved in phylogenetic analysis, we have to begin with multiple sequence alignment and use substitution models to build the phylogenetic tree. Once the tree is built, we can use different methods to evaluate whether the tree is good or not, whether it depicts actual relationships to a certain degree. Again, Clustal Omega is a very useful tool at EBI because it can also generate phylogenetic tree along with multiple sequence alignment. Other than Clustal Omega, there are several other tools. For example, the Phymel phylogenetic software can be executed from the phylogeny.fr website. So here, all the steps of phylogenetic analysis can be performed at one go. Starting from alignment, you can decide which tool to use or which software to use for MSA. Here, Muscle can be used, followed by tree building softwares, and finally tree rendering. That is, there are softwares to visualize and present the trees in an attractive fashion. So this is TreeDynForm. So this is how a phylogenetic tree looks like, where you have several nodes and you have several branches ending in different clades. The other tools that are commonly used are Philip, Pop, Mega, etc. There are some tree viewing softwares like TreeView, TreeDraw, Phylodendron, etc.